this episode, we will look at error handling. This is a well-debated subject, so you will decide you like it or you hate it. Then let's open our previous example and let's see how it works in practice. Just a reminder what we have done. We've created an account. There's a base account which can deposit some money into a bank account or withdraw. And we have two different accounts, a saving account and a current account. And we use the base class in both cases. And the main goal, we just deposit some amount, withdraw some amount, and display the balance. That's what we have. Let's see how we can handle errors. The first thing to know about errors in Golang, this is nothing else, just a parameter, a return parameter. So for example, in withdraw, if I type error, let's just see what's the error type. Let's click it through by control click, and you will see this implements an interface, and the interface what implements a method called error, which returns a string. So the error is nothing else but implements this interface and returns the error description as a string. So if you implement anything which follows this interface, it can be an error. You can of course add additional features to it, so the possibilities are limitless actually. But let's see in practice how it works. I added this error into the withdraw function. What we're going to do, we will not allow anyone to withdraw more than the current balance, because if they withdraw more than the current balance, the balance will be negative. But as I added the error here, because this implements an interface, or another name we called it contract, we also have to modify the interface first. Let's say error, and if it's satisfied, then if there is no error, we can return null. So return nil, not null but nil, and this way our software works again. So if we run it, then it still works, but we have not implemented the error checking yet. So if I say if deposit, which I'm trying to withdraw, is more than the balance, then I have to return with an error. There are multiple ways to do that. Let's see the first one. I can say return error fmt, which is a format package, Errorf, and cannot or your balance cannot be less than 0, and try it out. It still works because my balance is not less than 0. But if I would withdraw more, 800, the first thing which I will see, that is nothing happens, because if I return an error, I always have to handle that. So let's take the new parameter and say if error not equal nil, then fmt print line. It's just a very simplified example, and say error. And as we remember, this interface implements the error function or error method, which returns a string. So I will basically just display the error message. And now try. Also put something here like exit. So stop the execution, os.exit. Stop the execution. If 0, then if 1, then there's an error. And try again. And your balance cannot be less than 0. If I put it back to 100, for example, that works again. So that's the error handling, and you decide if you like it or not. But it's very important that in Golang we always have to propagate the error down. And we always have to handle the error, because there can be like unexpected consequences if I'm not doing that. Let's see another way how we can handle, manage errors. There's a very common way. If I say, like, for example, const errors, var errors, like error balance cannot be less than 0 equals errors. It's an helper functions new, and we say error balance cannot be less than 0. I can't type. It's automatically imported the errors package for me, and I can return this predefined error balance cannot be less than 0. And this is a very good way to centralize my errors. I can see go run. Let's go back and produce an error. And it still works. I'll show you something else. If I say fmt.Errorf, and I will see account error, and I see %w fmt, so this typing is still not my strong skill, fmt.Errorf. This w means that wrapping the error. If I do that, I can like wrap a chain of errors down. Let's try it again, and it will show account error balance can not be less than 0. 0 is missing from here. So this is how I can chain errors together, and in the errors package I can even handle what kind of error was returned, and I can say if errors is first the error comes, and the second the error which I defined here, which is error balance cannot be less than 0, which is in the account call. So account error cannot be less than 0. Then fmt print line, this is my error. It doesn't matter for this example. And OS exit. Then I can catch different errors. So that's in a nutshell what we do. We implement the error interface, and the error interface can be defined, and we can pass errors with fmt.Errorf. We can pass them directly with error new. I could use the error new here as well, and I can wrap errors with w, and this way I can figure out when I when I handling the error, I can figure out what type of error I encountered. And as I told you, errors are limitless, so you can extend your error class as long as it like implement the error interface, and you can add many functionality as you want. You can add the specific structures, logging into it, functionality into it if you want to, but this is not part of this small recap. But I hope you can understand the basic concept and just use it. And see you in the next episode. Bye.